everyone, and welcome to REZOcast, episode 136. This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove and Wilson, and some pre-show talk that you don't need to know about.
I want to point out, I told you I'm going to give you a real 3, 2, 1, and we're live, and you didn't believe me. Did I do it?
You did it, but there was like a pre-3, 2, 1 that I wasn't prepared for, and it was great.
Kudos, Lego, because that still fucked me up, man. I still can't talk. Like, that's good.
I don't even remember what I said.
Well, it's not Season of the Balls, Hove. I'll just say that. I know that was a previous Destiny season that we had, but
really?
Season of Opulence is coming up. Yeah, the Black Armory, they called it Season of the Balls. You just took the balls and threw it in the thing.
So you're saying you went balls deep?
That's what everyone did. But we got Season of Opulence coming, and then after that, we got June 6th, the new Bungie coming out. We've all been talking, we've been speculating for months now that big changes were coming, and they officially announced new beginning for Destiny 2 in particular. I think they said, the future of Destiny 2 will be revealed June 6th.
I will temper my expectations, though.
Yeah.
Not because I don't think it could be cool, but A, good and bad, Bungie, as we've said many times, we'll say many times in the future, is a master of hype.
Yeah.
And B, marketing speak. It could literally just be, hey, this is the first thing we're doing on our own, and nothing will change. But they're going to say it's a new era. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be somewhere in between, but let's just all just calm down.
Nope, I'm shooting for the fucking moon, baby. Woo! Let's do this.
Yeah. I'm somewhere in between. So I think, Hove, I have your reservation when it comes to the people that are immediately like 60 frames per second, cross-play, cross-save.
Yeah, like the cherry poppin' daddies.
Yeah. What did they name?
Oh, by the way, for anyone, since we haven't talked about it in a while, for anyone who hasn't listened in a while, we play a game here where this mind right here, which should start to give you an idea right away, gives my fellow co-host here 3 words or phrases that have nothing to do with anything that they have to work into the conversation during the podcast, and they in turn give me 3. We call this conversation penetration. So if you hear any random phrases or words that don't make any sense, that was me. You're welcome. Lego, after you.
Yeah, thanks, Hove. Thanks for letting me not skip the intro there. I think that's important. So I was gonna try to work in one of my words there, but it didn't work out, so I kind of gave up on it. That wasn't a diss on you, Hove. That was just me. I couldn't.
One day he won't derail the entire.
No, that was good.
He wasn't
derailing. No, he wasn't. That one's
Don't
on
you
me.
look at me like that.
So Season of Opulence, we got that coming up. We got the new video. Okay, yeah. So Hove was talking about expectations. Let's talk about that video first, because that's what everyone's hyped about.
The trailer?
No, not the trailer. The just the announcement that June 6th something's coming.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
Yeah, it's kind of separate from everything else. They just kind of announced it. And we had been speculating on this for a while, but it is interesting. It's the day after season, it's Thursday,
2
right?
days.
So
2 days.
2 days after the raid and Season of Opulence all come out at the same time. And then we get to see basically what Bungie is going to look like after Activision. And what I was saying before is everyone is speculating right now. Twitter immediately blew up, like 60 frames per second, cross save. And that all came up because Call of Duty just announced their new Modern Warfare is going to have cross save, cross play. And so I think everyone's kind of in that mindset, and maybe that's why. But to me, Hove, I'm not tempering my expectations in terms of I think it's going to be a huge deal. I'm tempering my expectations in terms of all of my wish list isn't necessarily going to come true. People are saying Trials 2 coming back.
Your wish list?
Of course, Hove. Hanging out with you tonight was on my wish list.
Yeah, you guys are getting married, remember?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think some of that stuff is feasible, like the cross save, and maybe cross play between PlayStation and Xbox someday. But 60 frames a second, dude. My PlayStation cannot handle that, dude. It sounds like a fucking flatulent porcupine when it gets going. It's crazy. It cannot handle 60 frames a second.
Mine gets so like overworked and crazy. It honestly, like, it starts playing Ghetto Cowboy. Like, I can hear Ghetto Cowboy coming from my PlayStation.
That's actually pretty lit.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I mean, I could see, I'm not saying I expect, but out of those things, I could see possibly at least a cross save going on. 60 FPS has nothing to do with Activision. I mean, they told us that's a console restraint. I mean, it just is.
It is. Yeah, I'm with you. I think that the cross-play, cross-save thing could be a thing because Sony and Microsoft, we know that they're holding hands a little more now. And the stuff with Call of Duty, there's that too. And so that could be a potential. But to me, the big hype is about the direction in which, like, where their content's going to go, what they're going to focus on now. Because this whole time, we've kind of had an absence of PvP. Like, that could be something they're focusing on. They said for sure we're going to let you know what to expect this summer. And so I'm guessing there's going to be some PvP talk in this announcement of some sort. Whether it's trials or not, I don't know. But I'm not getting my hopes up for that. What I'm getting my hopes up for is the method in which they deliver content and how frequently it's going to be and what direction they're heading with that and the story and the way we play the game. Like, those are the things that I think we can expect. Like, what are we going to be chasing? What are we going to be doing? Talking about what's the story going to be like? Is it going to be more cutscenes, less cutscenes? Kind of like the way we had the transition into the this not season, but this the annual pass. You know, it was its own thing, and now we're going to have something different. I don't think it's going to be another annual pass. It's going to be, I think, something entirely different.
I know what Hope's going to be chasing.
Oh.
We'll just leave it at that.
I don't really know how to respond to that.
I had to. Sorry.
So before we move on, does anybody have anything else to say about it? I'm really excited about all that. You know, I think the timing's interesting with E3. You know, there's they announced too on Twitter. Was it the IGN people that I sent that to? Was that who's interviewing them? Someone's interviewing them at E3.
It's usually always IGN.
And they have a presence there, like, to talk about the future of Destiny, basically what they're revealing on June 6th. So
one of the things I thought was cool, I forget who tweeted it. It was a retweet. It might not even be someone I follow. But they said something, paraphrasing, that you know, they put that tweet out within minutes of the Call of Duty announcement that hit the internet.
I thought, wasn't it an hour before?
I heard 10 minutes before.
I heard 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
From Jason Schreier.
Yeah. He was like, and he was laughing about it, and someone asked him in another comment, well, do you know something we don't? And he said, I know some things, but I'm just going to wait till, you know, they officially
But he did say he was very hyped, which is good.
Yes.
But no, I thought that was interesting, and because we had this conversation, and I know we didn't agree with it, but do you remember when we had the conversation of if they're up against something that you know is going to be huge, the same time frame, do you put everything into it and try to compete when you're down at like a low level right now, you know, slow, like not a lot of content, or do you go kind of, you know, balls to the wall? And presumably this is going to come out in September, right? Whenever this big change is.
Presumably, yeah.
Which would put it right up against Borderlands 3. So somebody tweeted something like I said, paraphrasing, Bungie's announcement 10 minutes, you know, within Call of Duty's big announcement, and probably going to be going up against Borderlands 3. That's the definition of big dick energy. I like that tweet. Like saying, like, well, you know, here's what we got. Like, you know what I mean? Like putting it out there. Here's what we got. Here you go. Like competing. You know something interesting with all of that, because as I've had this feeling this whole time. Big dick energy feeling?
That Bungie's been holding that back, actually.
Big dick energy.
Yeah.
Will you just say one time big dick energy?
No, I'm going to skip it.
Well, okay, listen. How about this? My middle name is Richard, for anyone who didn't know. So technically, that's Dick is short for Richard. So, like, I have big energy. Can you just say,
you got big hove energy.
My middle name's Dick. Can you call me Dick?
No, I don't know you by that name.
Can we rebrand? Can we rebrand
to Big Dick Energy?
No, just like
I'm going to start like a fucking energy drink.
Dick 77.
Big Dick Energy. If y'all both,
it's not a penis name. It's my God-given. Well, not God. I guess God didn't like birth me. Forget it. Go ahead.
Hove was immaculately conceived. Confirmed. Okay. What were we talking about?
Big dick energy. No, you said that Bungie had been holding this back.
Okay, yeah. So that's my feeling. This whole time, Bungie's kind of been holding stuff back. Because think about like I went to complete finally my Polaris Lance quest. I just had it sitting there, and I have the weapon. I don't have the catalyst. So I just was like, finally, I'll go clear that out. I don't really use the gun very much. I like it, but it just wasn't on my priority list. And so I was like, I gotta just finish cleaning house basically before the new season,
Cleaning out your closet.
Yeah. And so people just joining in during that conversation. Oh my gosh, I apologize.
I know. It's my name.
So yeah, basically when I was on Mars though, I was thinking like this was a destination that was revealed and released with this DLC that we got, and every year we'd have 2 DLCs and the big release that had playable destinations on each one, like a new area to patrol and stuff. This annual pass, we haven't had anything except for those specific activities like new Gambit maps or new Black Armory like forges, or there hasn't been a playable space. And Season of Opulence might have something. There's a hint in the TWAB. I'm not really sure what it means. We can kind of dive into that in a second. But overall, it feels like they're holding stuff back. No new Crucible maps, and I feel like they're just gonna have just a crap load of stuff like that. They're just gonna drop on us whenever this new season hit, or not new season, but whenever this new whatever they have planned for us, September, whenever they announce. They could even announce nothing in September. It could be that they announce it's gonna come at a later time, but it's gonna be like a D3 kind of thing.
It'll be September. It's got to be.
I think it'll be September too. But yeah, so that's what I feel is they're holding back, and it's gonna be like all these crazy changes.
The one thing I will say with kind of what you mentioned, even though there's some give and take, and there's definitely some negatives to it, like no new Crucible maps and stuff, I still stick to the opinion that over the long run, the annual pass was better than the alternative.
Yeah, as far as like getting
as
nothing.
as far as year 2 goes, we didn't get 2 DLCs in year 2 of D1 either. We got nothing until an April update, which really was just a big sandbox update with some like new gear. Like, as far as because there's no way, if they couldn't do it with Activision's backing, and this isn't a slight against them, there's no way they were going to continue to put out 2 to 3 DLCs every year. They can't do it. So
yeah, which is kind of my point whenever people come up and they're like, this annual pass system was so dumb, this wasn't worth it, when they see these things. And I say, it sounds crazy, but wait to see what they do in September, because you're sacrificing this time of like not a crazy amount of content and no new PvP maps and stuff like that for whatever we get in September. That's what you're waiting for, not any of these.
Well, I mean,
like these are just things, not that these things aren't good, just that it's not the normal schedule because we're waiting on something big is what it feels like.
But I'm saying this was more than what used to be the normal schedule. Like, I think the annual pass was small stuff that didn't, maybe it wasn't big things that kept you around forever, but it was something new. And that was better than the alternative that we got in D1. So I'm just saying, I think the annual pass for at least a second year, like kind of a lull. Like if they stick to, the first year is 2 small DLCs and then a big DLC and then an annual pass, and then there's some lull like we have now, and then something big in year 3. I think that's ideal. I don't see it getting any better. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, and I think as far as what I like,
your hair looks nice today, Lego.
Oh, thanks. I feel like it looks awful. So, Hove, I think I would be fine with this. I would be fine with this system if PvP was in like a good state, but PvP doesn't have an in-game really, other than competitive, which has a lot of problems. So
right, but keep in mind the alternative is we don't get this stuff and PvP doesn't get updated.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I'm just saying I can see the future of this being really good if this is the weight that we have for like future big content. I would be fine with that.
Like I said, still not talking about what it means for the future. I'm just, as you were talking about what we had in this last season up, the annual pass, I'm just saying I think the annual pass did what it was supposed to. I think it worked well as far as a holdover. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, well, did we have anything else to talk about with the new stuff? Because we're just basically gonna have to wait and see. And there's so much Season of Opulence stuff. I'm sure we'll be pretty distracted. And then we'll be once we're experiencing Season of Opulence, and then we've got this new news, whatever it is, on top of it. I feel like we're gonna be on cloud nine. Like there's gonna be so much to take in.
Also, you know what else got announced in the last, I think just yesterday.
Aside from the Call of Duty thing.
Yeah, November 8th.
I don't know.
Death Stranding.
Oh, that got announced. Okay, I saw the trailer stuff. I didn't realize they had a date. Okay.
Backpack Simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the description of it. It's really weird.
It looks really fucking weird.
Andrew Weldon, one of the Bungie dev guys, put up like a clip of it was like football voiceovers though on top of him just running away from everyone. It was pretty great.
I'm gonna need you to get me some of that good Wilson. I'm gonna have to get real high before I play that game.
Tutti Frutti?
Yeah.
Oh, before you play that game, yeah. Was that a ding? Because that was really good.
Yeah, that was.
If
yeah,
that's a
that
ding.
was.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
talking about,
We'll play. We'll do the like the screen share thing that you can do over a party, and you can like. You ever done that? Go into a party and then you can like request to view what someone's.
You can share your weed through screen share.
No. No.
I feel like this is gonna work in your favor. You'll be able to play the game.
He was
I've
like,
tried. No, you can like share. Like if I was playing a game and you wanted to watch, you could request to
share
watch
play or something.
and then I could even in some games like pass controls over to you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
There's a lot of latency involved, so it feels really slippery. But
like, I'll have the game. I want to get high with you.
yeah.
That's like you
On
can
life.
also
Don't ban me.
It'll be legal here in Illinois soon. Just saying. What?
I don't know if y'all have tried it, but the iPhone app, or I'm sure they have the app for other stuff, but the PlayStation app now, I'm sure on all platforms, it lets you stream your PlayStation to your phone and you can play it like on your phone. There's latency and stuff, but if you ever need to go see Zur or something and just pick something up, you can do that. You can get your bounties like while you're on the toilet waiting for the PlayStation to load up.
I was on the toilet earlier.
Or while you're loading up, I guess.
That's,
or unloading.
That's Hope's favorite way to obtain bounties and things.
I saw a tweet today. Listen, you made me think of this, and then I'm done. This isn't really appropriate. Like, I was going to be mad at me, but it was funny. I saw a tweet today that said, everyone says, oh, how did it go? For the people the people who think that the fastest way to a man's heart is by filling his stomach, have you ever tried emptying his balls?
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, she got a point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to transition.
You're so vile.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's an Avengers game coming out by Square Enix.
I saw that, and people are saying it's gonna be Destiny-like.
The way they kind of described it made it sound
really.
like, well, just in the way that they made it sound like, you know how Destiny you can play through. It's not like there's a co-op mode and a single-player mode. There's just like you're playing, people can join.
Shared
That's
space.
kind of how they made it sound in a very, very vague way. But yeah, so
and they were speculating that you could like create your own version of a superhero.
Well, they
like
said
maybe it's
superhero customization.
Yeah, and so like, what if you're playing in this open world and you're fighting some baddie, and then some other superhero comes in? It'd be like, you know, in Civil War when Black Panther randomly shows up, and you're like, "Who's this guy?" You know.
Spoilers, Lego.
It's been out quite a while. I think.
And I'm like, yo, it's Chronic Man. Like, you can
Wilson, if you can make a weed-based superhero, will you play with us?
Yes.
He'll just be all green, covered in leaves, really slow, really slow.
Yeah. Yes.
Really slow.
Just coughs the whole time, and then just chongs it out. Like,
you have to eat throughout the mission, or else you just wander around. Yeah.
I'm down. I will play this game. If
Somebody
I can be
put it.
Chronic Man.
An article I read said, to him it sounded like Destiny meets Injustice. And I'm okay with that, is what he said. So anyway.
Interesting.
I'm sorry.
Well, after, you know, we talked about what's coming for Bungie, but we've also got what's coming this coming week. Season of Opulence on Tuesday, which is so freaking soon, and the raid and everything. And they showed off their preview video for it, which we got to see Menagerie, which does not look like you should pronounce it that way, but that's what they said in the video.
I'm so glad it's called Menagerie.
And it looks pretty fun. And what gets me even more excited about because at first 6-man PvE thing, I was like, okay, you know, we'll see how it goes. But then playing, I was on Mars finishing up that mission, and I was also, I finished my 0-hour quest. Not the part for the ship and the catalyst for the gun for Outbreak perfected.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
I have a funny story about my run with that.
Oh, really?
Actually. Yeah. So me, Marcus, and Spiffy, we did a heroic run, and then we were gonna do the configuration. And as we were doing the configuration, I got a text from a friend who I rarely get to see. So that big festival was going on down the street.
Mm-hmm.
It had ended. My buddy's like, "Hey, I'm pulling in your driveway." I go out, and he's got this like 100-foot long camper like pulling into the driveway. He comes in, you know, it's hugs, beers, you know, this and that. We're hanging out, we're talking. And I was kind of like showing him a few things like about Destiny or whatever. I was like, oh, you know, check out my character. He's pretty dope looking, you know, blah, blah, blah. And just got to talking. And right before they completed it, I got booted for inactivity. No. Yeah. And they tried inviting me back, and like I couldn't join. So like it was my own fault.
Dang.
Yeah, it is what it is, though.
Dude, Wilson, I had a similar thing happen with I got booted, but because my whole internet shut down right when we were like halfway done with the last thing on Tuesday night, like putting in all the codes, and I got kicked and couldn't join back with bot. And then we ended up doing it the next night and getting it done, so it was fine. But I was on Mars. You have to get a bunch of precision kills after you get the catalyst. So I was just sitting there, like, helping out with a public event. And then I was doing the 6-man, or not 6-man, but like 9-man. What's the thing on Mars?
Escalation Protocol.
Yeah, Escalation Protocol. And I was like, man, this is really fun. Like, just chilling, shooting a bunch of bad guys with a ton of Guardians. And it made me really excited and get pumped because Escalation Protocol was do y'all think that's the most successful like horde type?
Yeah,
it's not a horde type thing, but boss type
from Court of Oryx to Escalation Protocol. Yeah, those absolutely, I think so.
It has a true like not endless wave, but like just a barrage of enemies that like if you slay it correctly with your team and like recycle orbs and all that stuff, you can have a really good time on that like encounter. Exactly, like it's a lot of fun. Like it's a holy shit, it's going down, Nova bombs, golden guns, Titan smashes, shields, everything's going off like the whole time. Then you know you kind of have a small breather, and then you're right back at it again, and it intensifies as it gets, you know, closer to round 6. Is it? I think. Yeah. So that's the closest thing to a horde mode for sure. And
it's really fun. And it made me, as I was doing that event, I was like, man, that makes me really look forward to the Menagerie and what that's going to be like. And then the trailer, like seeing everybody run in there and the way that they filmed the trailer was really good. It looked exciting, them showing off all the new weapons. And that's what really gets me like, I want all of that stuff. Like it all looks great.
I still want to rebrand. Can we call this the Menagerie?
Why?
REZOcast, the Menagerie.
Sure, yeah. Okay. That sounds fine.
No, I definitely agree though that Escalation Protocol just had this. It fulfilled the kind of big power fantasy more than anything I think we've ever done. Because remember, these bosses would come, and once we got like the EP shotgun and tractor cannon got its buff and all that kind of stuff, you used to go in there and just melt through these things, and it was just so much fun, and the weapons were good.
The weapons were desirable.
The only thing that ever, I think, pulled people away from Escalation Protocol, I don't think it was that, and I'm sure some people got tired of it. I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but as a community, I don't think it was ever, all right, this is dumb, like, we're done with this. It was just that new content came. Like, Escalation Protocol was viable until we moved past it in content. Do you know? What I'm saying? Like,
if they put more loot in there, I know that's hard, I'm sure, like, because it's obviously an easy solution. Oh, that was really successful, we should just put more loot in there. But it'd be really cool, like, because you nailed it when you said the loot was really good and it was desirable, and on top of that, it was a fun activity. You know, you didn't just get like a spoonful of flamingos at the end of the activity to get, all that time you put in.
That's the thing, though. Sometimes you did this time, and so sometimes you did an escalation protocol, and I feel like Menagerie might fix that with the way that you can actually you get a chalice, kind of like with Gambit or Reckoning. Right now, you have your moat thing that generates the moat. You get a chalice similar to that, but this time it's customizable, and there's all these like your Zur card, basically, like the Nightfall card, how you can put all the options in. It's like that. Or the cookie maker is probably a better example in the Dawning, how you made your cookies. You put in the different options, and then you get out a certain kind. So now you have this chalice that you put all these options on, you get from different activities, and you can mold the specific perks that you want and the specific gun that you want. Like, it sounds exactly what a lot of people have been asking for. And I've heard Tefty talk about this a lot, is he wants to like forge, something, and this is like actually forging something like you would in an RPG or something, I feel like. And all of it looks sick.
It looks really good.
Did you say it looks thick?
It looks sick.
Thick with 2 C's, baby.
Yeah.
The guns look thick. So we got that AS Luna looking gun. Yeah. We got that LDR / Praedyth's Revenge model, and that's for like the sniper rifle.
Yeah, that one, isn't that scope? So the pinnacle weapon, which we'll talk about later, has the ambush scope, but isn't this the short gaze? Like, doesn't that look like the short gaze?
I fucking hope so, because I want me some short gaze in my life. I want that sniper. They gave us the configuration for the role that I would want. Let's go. Like, I can't wait to jump into whatever this. It'll be cool to get 6 people together and not have to, like, because I don't know, man, like, I was kind of talking about it with Spiffy and Marcus the other night, and like, I like that they have raids that are like hardcore for the people that are hardcore. I just wish that would be reserved for like a challenge mode or something like that, because I miss the like raid and chill sessions, you know what I mean?
I'm with you too. Yeah.
Where you're just kind of raiding and chilling, and you're not like, holy fuck, let me get out my fucking notepad and take some notes, you know what I mean? Like, turn down the Steppenwolf music, because I gotta fucking pay attention here, you know what I mean?
Name me a song by Steppenwolf.
Magic Carpet Ride.
Yes, I love you. Did you have to look that up?
No, 100%. Come on, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Wilson. You don't want to have to do a whole tracking process like while you're in the middle of a raid.
Yeah. But like, I'm hoping that this is kind of like intense at first, but it becomes that thing of like, let's go in and get some loot.
And not only that, but like while you do it, you can like eat some finger food while you're playing, and
100%, dude. All about it's. Yeah.
I do want to say though,
Pop-Tarts.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm agreeing with you actually, but just hear me out. I like that the raids are the really hard pinnacle thing. I just think it's nice now that this feels to me like an answer to all the people that have asked for raid matchmaking for so long, right?
Oh, okay.
Because raids were the only 6-man PvE activity, but they weren't match made, which I don't think they should be.
Yeah.
Because they are a pinnacle really hard thing, but this is kind of, hey, here's another kind of pinnacle hard thing, but not as, elite or tough, that is 6-person, but is also match made. If you have 6 friends, great, go do it. If you don't, and you wouldn't want to go in by yourself and it's match made, great.
It's interesting you say that, Hove, because I think I saw a dev comment on a post. It was either like Cosmo or Dylan, one of them, like commented on somebody, like whenever they announced the new raid and when it was coming out and everything, and people were commenting like, oh, I'm excited, but I'm worried about, that this activity, something about finding a group and stuff. And then someone commented underneath that person and said, well, we still have that 6-man activity that's coming out. And Cosmo or Dylan or one of them commented underneath that, and we're like, yes, we're hoping that this fills like the gap, like between like the people who are wanting to raid, people who can't find a team, but still want the in-game PvE activity. Because this is the alternative.
I feel like
I'm putting words in their mouth too. That wasn't a direct quote.
Right. I think that's always been something that has been a bigger deal to them then I don't want to say then they've led on, but then we've kind of talked about, because that's kind of something it comes up every once in a while, but kind of falls by the wayside. But anytime they've ever brought up like the raid, they've mentioned the really low percentage of people that have ever done it and that kind of stuff. And it seems like that was something they've always kind of had, in the back of their minds, that they want people to do a big 6-man pinnacle activity, but they know that matchmaking a raid is not the answer. So
yeah, no, I think this is a great in between. And at first I wasn't excited about it until I played Escalation Protocol again, and I'm like, man, they really had a formula going. Like they could definitely make this fun. And then when I saw the rewards, it was even more like, I gotta go get this stuff, because like you said, there's the AS Luna type looking gun, the sniper. This fusion rifle looks like the Plan C or
77
could
Wizard,
Praetorian foil.
Yeah, 78 Praetorian foil. Oh man, if it's that archetype, I would die. So good. And then the shotgun's like the Matador too.
The more I think about it, the more, even though I already did say that I thought it was one of the best, I kind of miss Escalation Protocol. Like, I'm thinking back to like what it felt like to get people together and kind of blow through. Who's the boss this week? How do you do this?
Yeah.
And like, okay, you got this, and then you just melt people, and there's all these enemies, and
yeah.
And let me just jump in for my first time and get the fucking shotgun when the homies have been grinding all day.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it was my first time.
I love you.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my first time.
Oh.
But I did
yes,
jump in.
I know it was your first time.
No, it was not. But I did jump in like round 6. Because
I was just making a sexual innuendo.
Oh
yeah.
No, you were my first time. Because you had to charge it by doing 7 rounds to get.
Yeah.
So I had done like by myself or with a blueberry like 2 and 2, and then 2. Like I was just fucking around, and then you guys invited me in on like I needed like one more round. And I jumped in like round 6 or 7 or whatever the last one was, and I got the shotgun. It was great.
So I have friends like Dewey lives close to me in Mustard Tiger, and I could match up as a blueberry with them pretty consistently.
Rally and I were okay with that too.
Yeah, for sure. We just start inviting people, and then like that's how we'd have like our group of 6 in there.
Yeah. It was awesome. I'm excited to see like how this relates to that, and and it looks like some of it they may like grow upon some of those features. Like one of the things I saw, I'm trying to figure out where I saw it. It's on the schedule right underneath the video in the TWAB. It shows that there's that's just the heroic mode. Okay, I thought I saw somewhere that they were going to come out with different bosses.
There was one that said new boss. Look, like the week.
It's every week after it drops.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm referring to.
So I think the first week we get the first boss. A week after that we get the second boss, and a week after that we get the third and final boss.
Which is great, because that's kind of what Hove was talking about. Like, what week is it? You kind of like decide and everything. But what I love about the difference of this is I did that Escalation Protocol. That I was saying on Mars. I was like, oh, I'll go help some people out, and then I got nothing from it. Because it was like, oh, you need a thing to open this chest. Like, and I was like, oh, man, I don't get anything. And this way with the Menagerie, you could actually get, like, maybe if you do the Menagerie and you don't have your chalice, anything on it, maybe, or even if you do, maybe it just gives you throughout the phases or at the very end, one of the mods or components that you would put into your chalice to produce something later. And so you get these random drops, and then you put them together to make the perfect, like the example they gave in the TWAB was a sniper rifle with a certain short scope and handling masterwork, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they gave us like the combination that you would need to put in to like obtain that.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing. It's like a secret. We don't even know what the combination be out to go. I'm sure like raid secrets and everyone are going to figure it out pretty fast, but that's going to be fun to not know.
The one thing that I hope with it, and to continue to go back to Escalation Protocol, I just hope it is kind of wild and crazy, like wild crazy kids. Because like Shadow Hunter asked in chat, he said, how was Escalation on console? I lose frames on my PC pretty hard. And I want to say when it first came out, that wasn't a problem, but it was during Escalation Protocol when they did make that, they had all those buffs and everything went crazy, and that's when you could like blow through it. And do you remember, like, with everybody tractor cannon and throwing Nova bombs, and there's 3 bosses, and you would start dropping a lot of frames.
But it was awesome, too.
And that's what I said to him in chat. I said, but it was fun and not annoying because you knew it was that it was dropping because things were going so crazy. And I remember us actually talking about, we were very happy with Bungie's moves at that point because they weren't worried about, oh, well, man, this is going to make them drop frames. It was, fuck it. It's going to be crazy and it's going to be fun. Like, do it. You know? So I hope they kind of stick with that.
We have 9 people in that area. That's right. And which would suck because one person would have to be out of the party. But when we would start dropping frames like that, like all 8 people in the party would just start laughing hysterically.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun. Yeah.
Well, I remember everybody be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because you remember there'd be like 2 giant knights. Someone would tractor cannon them. 3 people would Nova bomb them. Someone would be, a blade barrage or whatever. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
I guess blade barrage wasn't a thing yet at that point, huh?
No, but it is now, and you could still do it. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I hope that they kind of go that way.
Yeah.
Throw caution to the wind, Lego. I feel like it's something
I
need
agree.
to do. I need you to do that.
No, I'm with you. Okay.
No,
let's talk
like
about
in
the rest
like
of the
life.
schedule.
Like, do me a favor. Say big dick energy.
Do what? No,
so I knew it was coming back to this.
This is the thing is I'm not gonna just rise up to one of Hove's challenges. Like I don't have to, or not rise up. I don't have to stoop down, to what Hove demands of me.
I just knew that that's where he was going with it earlier. Just like the first word in the sentence, I knew that he was gonna say that he took a big dump earlier.
Just raised eyebrows. That's all we get. Okay, so this roadmap, because we already mentioned it as far as like bosses coming out, heroic mode June 25th, but there's a couple of things in here and a couple of things we saw in the trailer. There's new exotics coming back. We saw at least 3 exotic armors. The Titan Peregrine Greaves, which let you like shoulder charge people for massive amounts of damage.
If you were in the air.
When you're in the air, which I wonder if that's going to translate to the Thunderstrike Titan slamming fist of death thing, because that would be ridiculous if it did. But yeah, so that's awesome. There's some other stuff. The Hunter Shinobu Vows, right? The one that makes you go invisible. It's actually on
Shinobu's is the one for
that's the grenade launch.
Kefri Sting.
Kefri Sting, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's got the scarab beetle on it.
Yeah.
What was the one?
It's
the other one that made you go invisible.
It's so ugly.
It's hideous.
When you got meleeed, you went invisible. What were those ones called? That was like a vanilla or dark below one, way back. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I do. That's not these ones, right?
No, I know, but it just made me think of that. The ones that everyone used to use for Crota, because as soon as the thralls meleeed you.
Yeah, that's right. Those were those helped out a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, Kefri Sting is gonna be pretty good for a hunter that can just go invisible, and you can be whatever class you want to do that. That sounds pretty powerful. There's one more exotic. What's the warlock one? Oh, no.
Sorry,
it's the helmet. They showed it in the trailer that lets you blink. Yeah, you can blink and get your radar back faster, which is great for D2.
Look at me.
Because blink kind of sucks. Getting all your stuff back, it's very disorienting.
Yeah, but first. Blink isn't, even if you get your stuff back, blink as a movement thing isn't what it used to be either.
I think it's still pretty fun.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
At top tier gameplay, like Joey uses it extremely well, but he's in like easily the top 1% of the players. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different. Real quick, tonight's snack brought to you by
banana bread. God damn it!
Made by Sam.
He got the bread tonight. Jeez.
Is it like extra moist? I know everyone thinks that word's funny, but like that's important with banana bread.
It's important.
If banana bread is dry, it's just not the same.
Oh,
nuts or no nuts?
Bethany bought some bread from a farmer's market, and it was like we were all excited to have some homemade, farmer's market bread, and it was the driest. She spit it out of me. It was like, I can't even eat this. So I know what you're talking about, Hove. I believe.
Right. It's the same as cornbread. If cornbread's dry, it's awful. But anyway, nuts or no nuts? Seriously, banana bread. No nuts? My man.
I don't like banana, so.
What?
Wilson, what you said, truth. That is one of my favorite exotics of all time. I want to track everyone down that I can. But the only thing missing is I want to fly in the air like Mary Poppins with my Twilight Garrison still, and I can't because I don't have that
Mary
yet.
Poppins
but at
does
least
not
Truth.
fly like Twilight Garrison.
I know, but could potentially.
What else did Truth
catch a
do?
gust of wind? You just
Right. It just had aggressive tracking, and it had like a big mag, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Like it held one extra in the mag or something.
That's right. It did just have super aggressive tracking, I think.
Yeah.
I just can't remember. It's been so long. So what do you think about that fucking
hand cannon?
That hand cannon that looks bland. It has a really nice shape to it, but as far as like texture or anything, it's very bland. But it's in between all of these exotics or
It's
whatever.
got the same shape as Thorn.
That's what I thought too.
Does. People have put up images with it like side by side, and it looks just like Thorn. The only thing is it doesn't have, like you said, it's like a bland version of Thorn.
Truth had proximity, grenades and horseshoes.
Right, proximity.
That's what it had. Boom.
But that wasn't exotic.
Thanks, chat.
Like,
you rock.
The exotic part was that it aggressively tracks.
Aggressive tracking, yeah.
If you would like to contribute and help me remember shit, make sure to tune in at twitch.tv/Hove76.
That's right.
On Thursday nights.
I've seen some speculation that it could be like Rose. Like the pre.
That's what I thought, because it looks like a very like basic
smoothed
bitch,
out
like
Thorn. Like Thorn is just very pointy and mean, and this is like smooth.
The only
and
weird
nice.
thing about that is they've also put in the exotic, like the quest, there's the Lumina quest, which is for a hand cannon that has little golden thorns coming out of it, and people are speculating that's Rose as well, but it says Lumina, like it's called Lumina, and so there's a lot of speculation on all that. But I'm with you, Wilson, like your initial like, wow, that looks a lot like Thorn. So,
I think that's more likely a Rose candidate than Lumina.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
What about?
Wait, is there more? What am I missing? I'm missing something.
Here, Hove, I'll send it to you.
There's okay, yeah, do that.
I thought Lumina is the one that looks like.
No,
Lumina. At first, when I first saw it, dude, I agree with Aztec Cross. I was like, who's on DCP tonight, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, definitely check that out, dude. He's awesome.
But not while we're on.
Me and him both thought it was a fucking malfeasance ornament. We thought it was just an ornament for malfeasance at first.
There's no way they're gonna do a quest for.
No. It's not. That's before we saw the thing they released that it was a quest or whatever.
Scroll down on that page, Hove, and there's a big freaking like chart of a bunch of weapons and armor and stuff, and it's the gray hand cannon that looks super bland in the middle of it all.
Yeah, that's the same one that's on the picture on the map for Lumina.
No, it's not. Lumina looks like all round. It has all these round parts to it.
Let me see if I can find.
Nope.
I'm gonna put them side by side so you can see the difference.
Are you serious? Like, I'm looking at them.
They're completely
I don't think he's looking
different.
at the right thing. But Shadow Hunter in chat said, "What if Rose is neutral, Lumina is Rose infused with light, and then Thorn is Rose infused with darkness?"
Lumina would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That's not the gun I'm looking at all. You told me there was
that's what we're talking about. Because the plain one, Hove, that first one that I sent, it has the front of it. People have compared it to Thorn, and Thorn dips down in the front of the barrel just like this plain gray.
It's got that weird curve to the milling.
Okay, well, here's why I was thinking the Lumina, because the Lumina has the shape of Thorn to me. Very much so.
I mean, I could see that because it has the thorns coming out of it and stuff.
I just mean the overall shape of the gun.
No, for sure, I could see it. Like the handle looks obviously different, and then like the revolver area where the bullets are like obviously that's different. But like
no, listen,
the rest of it, like the barrel back, like the chamber forward to the end of the barrel.
Pretend the whole thing's a shadow, and just take the very outline of it. It has, even the way the barrel kind of opens up at the end, it very much looks like a more rounded
I mean, I can
Thorn.
see them calling the Rose Lumina at first, and then like once like you do the quest, like it hits the internet and everyone's like, holy shit, we knew it, you know? Like,
yeah. It's like when Prometheus came out and they kept being like, a part of the Alien franchise. It's not a part of the Alien franchise, and then it ended up being kind of part
See
of
that
the
even
franchise.
Shadowhunter again says Lumina has the shape of Malfeasance.
Oh, it definitely does kind of look like Malfeasance.
Yeah,
too.
just because there is that one like taken ornament for it or whatever. So like at first when I saw the picture in no context, I was like, oh boy, another Malfeasance ornament. But that's definitely not the case. So.
Well, I'm excited for all of it. The one that got me is some people, me and Litlin were talking about it. I think at first we were like, is that Hawkmoon or is that AS Luna for the AS Luna gun? Because it kind of does look like the shape of Hawkmoon. And what's interesting about that is I was like, well, no, it kind of looks more like AS Luna. They would make Hawkmoon look like Hawkmoon. But then I saw the Sturm and Drang. What is that? Is Drang the sidearm or is Sturm?
Sturm's the hand cannon.
The hand cannon.
Okay, so Drang is the one that they have a picture of here, and they said like that is Drang. It's just like a new, probably a new what do you call it? Not shader, but not catalyst either. The other thing, ornament, yeah. So that's like a new ornament, obviously, or an upgrade or something. And so maybe they could do the same thing, and that thing that looks like AS Luna could be Hawkmoon with an ornament on it.
Maybe, but it doesn't have the like classic like Talon.
Yeah, ornaments
dude, I want it to
look like that. But I think it's AS Luna. Like,
no, for sure. I want it to be Hawkmoon so bad. I want Hawkmoon to be its own thing. I don't want to get it through the Menagerie or whatever. I'd like to get, because like I saw that and I was like, there's two like big ass jewels on the side of it. I was like, yo, luck in the chamber, and the other one's for holding aces. Like it's lit up to let you know when you still like have them. That's totally not going to be the case. This is going to be an AS Luna. So
yeah, I think so too.
I don't know like what archetype it'll be. Like I'm really interested to try out 150s on Tuesday in the Crucible, because Tuesday night, dude, I'm jumping right in for that Pinnacle Sniper.
Oh yeah. Oh, I want to talk about that so bad, but we're not there yet. But
we're not there yet.
Let's finish the schedule real quick, because there's a few more things on here. So we got the raid coming out, which we already talked about the other week. We saw one image of the raid, just that we know it's in the underbelly of the Leviathan, which I'm kind of bummed about, because we went to the underbelly already once for the
but keep in mind it's bigger than like
raid layer.
It's bigger than some of the planets we've been to.
But don't you like want to go up to the city area and like
it's bigger than the dick energy?
I don't know. I thought we could explore a different space.
For sure. I mean, like we knew we were coming back for that. Like we knew that like that would be the send off, that we'd be going back there. It seems if it's gonna be a hive based raid, it seems like the best place if you're gonna hide hive would be like in your basement. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to put them on like the roof. You know, too much sunlight exposure.
That makes sense.
You don't want to feed them after midnight or anything. And
do you guys remember the Chevy Lumina?
I remember the name, but I can't picture the car in my head.
It's a pretty shitty car, but I'm just saying.
Speaking of Lumina, Shadowhunter in chat said that what if this is our first healing gun that like would heal you when you shoot someone with it? I thought that would be interesting, if it's like a light side of Thorn or something.
That'd be cool, so that like when fucking blueberries step in the way, I can at least be like doing something
instead pull
of
out your gun
into nothing. That'd be cool.
Dude, I would love that. If that was a kinetic hand cannon and I could use a fusion rifle, turn around, my blueberries dying, just shoot them, heal them up a little bit, and turn around and start fighting again. That'd be awesome.
I just picture you going, yo, hit me, and like popping your super and like running out into all of them, and all of us just shooting you with it, and like while you clean house.
I do want to clarify on that, because we had a question in chat. You guys mean more gun to heal other people?
Yes,
because we had Crimson,
people,
Red
yourself.
Death,
sorry,
even perks, but something to shoot.
Suros does it as well. No, I want to shoot my teammate and heal them with my bullets. It'd be freaking stupid. We're just having fun with the idea.
Yeah, it would be cool. Also, speaking of Suros, I got my Suros catalyst to drop finally. All I do is play Crucible, not drop for me. So finally got that.
When I got my NF, I got the Meta catalyst.
Oh,
I got
nice.
the Suros catalyst. I got the Prospector catalyst.
Dude.
I got the Rat King catalyst. And what was the other one they dropped? Hard Light catalyst. I got that as well. Yeah.
Dude, you got to let me know how that is after you try it, because I'm curious if they...
Hard Light?
Because people talk about the camera shake and everything. Really?
No.
You finished it? Like you completed the catalyst?
It does not get rid of the screen shake. Even after that huge increase of stability.
Dang,
that's because
that sucks.
It's totally different. The screen shake is not, the gun is stable.
For sure.
I know.
Yeah. No,
and I don't think they can ever get rid of that because then the gun would ironically be too good, I feel like. It has no drop off at all.
Yeah, true.
No
I forgot about that.
They could just get rid of the drop off and get rid of the screen shake.
Yeah, but then let it
have drop off. The fact that you can change fucking burns on it, dude. Like that's amazing.
It is pretty good. Yeah.
Especially when you get a locked loadout for something.
It doesn't
like
have
Prism.
to be good in PvP. Yeah, it could just be good in PvE.
I mean, I hate to say that that's its only sole purpose, but like at least it kind of has has a purpose right now. It just sucks that it feels like you have your fucking like a jackhammer going off in your brain when you use that gun.
Sometimes I like to. Never mind.
Yeah, like, this is your brain on drugs. Like it's.
What's your brain like on drugs? It's like using hard light.
You don't want to. It's like using hard light, man. Pretty much. It's like 6 people using hard light.
So there's 2 things left in the schedule. One of them is this one I think is really interesting. The July 9th Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph. So Moments of Triumph, last year, did they blend into Solstice of Heroes or was it complete? It did, right?
Okay. Sure.
So what I'm thinking is they released Moments of Triumph, and this is interesting. There's Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph, and it still shows Callus's face on there. It doesn't show a part of the tower. And I wonder, like, wouldn't it be cool if Callus was like, yeah, like the Vanguard may have given you like some triumphs and whatever, and like we're like, hey, you're cool for doing all this stuff, but I'm going to go through and show you all the like people you've slayed and how you've impressed me.
And it would fit with him like wanting us to like do all these things, become more powerful, and like test
exactly
us. It would fit perfectly. Here's all the things that you did for me, like
there's actually a Reddit post right now talking about the lore of Callus and how much he like loves our Guardian and won't kill us because he thinks we're awesome. Basically, like he's like, I love that you're so puny, but you keep doing all these incredible things, so I'm just gonna keep you around. You know, like I could kill you, but I'm not going to.
I do feel like though, eventually, that's a very big setup for like a. Like, he looks at us almost like this, like, pet that's entertaining, and at some point, we're going to do something that is no longer entertaining, and he is going to want to kill us.
Yeah, I'm sure that's down the road, and that's actually what the Reddit post is about. It's like, hey, I want to think Callus is cool and all, but, like, you should be careful around him, because look how crazy he is.
Our fucking solar system...
I mean, Gary Busey's crazy. It doesn't mean he's not cool. Go ahead.
He is a crazy motherfucker. Yeah, I love that dude. Dude, everyone's just, like... pulling their big ass fucking camper up on our fucking solar system right now. We still have the Dreadnought that's chilling. Now we have the Eater of Worlds just chilling. The Space Doritos are on the way. I'm sure they have some sort of a fucking giant version of a ship that's going to pull up. Like, at what point in time are we just going to have to tell, like, all the space hippies to get the fuck off the lawn?
Dude, you know how we had a cinematic of the Queen, like, giving her crap to Oryx, you know, when he came and she was like, no, I'm going to stop him, you know, she had her own reasons. What if we get all the pyramid ship arrive and Callus is like, nah, and turns his ship around and freaking eats half the pyramid ships?
Oh, man.
Like, wouldn't that be incredible?
I think his ship would have some serious indigestion, dude. Well, 3D Doritos were not good for you.
Here's the thing. Didn't he at some point, like, we're assuming that the 3D Doritos are the darkness, right? I mean, that's never been confirmed, but I
would put money on it.
Right. Didn't Callus, like, go talk to them and, like, get advice from them? Like, isn't he, like, cool with them?
It says he went to the edge of, like, isn't there something about him going to the edge of space and he found something that, like,
found them?
It didn't say them though necessarily.
I think it implied that it
implied that he found something, and that's what, like, he like created his own, you know, shadow realm thing and everything. I don't know. I feel like he found something that gave him abilities. I don't know if it was the darkness, because it talks about him going against the darkness sometimes.
I don't like him. I don't like that we, like Hove said, that we have to like go and like do these things that are like entertaining for him. It's not going to end well, like Hove said. So we should just fucking get it over with. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see what happens, like what unravels with this raid. But at some point in time, we got to go after that dude, the real one, not that like endless factory of callous robots or whatever. So I don't know when we'll do that, if we'll do that. But that shit's got to go, and then we got to figure out what to do with the Dreadnought. Like I said, we just can't have all these like big ass ships pulling up that are capable of like eating worlds and exploding and taking out the solar system. That's fucking crazy, man.
What do y'all think about my Triumphs idea that could? Do you think that is a possibility that it's Callus is the one who's putting it on instead of the Vanguard? You know, like, oh, that sounds so cool to me.
Because they wouldn't even need to do any. It wouldn't even require any extra content, right? It's not like missions. It's just when these things happen, it'll show like Callus and some text instead of, Zavala.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be.
Well. And it makes sense though, because we've done all these things that he is proud of us for, like taking on these like gods, and so like he'll make us relive taking those on, whatever they are, and it'll be the harder missions, just like we got in Solstice of Heroes last time, where we had to replay missions. It'll be him putting it on instead. That's kind of the way I see it going down. But anyway, Moments of Triumph before Solstice of Heroes, like a month. So I'm thinking it's like a heads up, like, hey, get these things done if you want these triumphs. And then Solstice of Heroes will be the actual like missions, heroic versions of them. Which me and Wendler were going back and forth on Twitter about
really? You and
how
Wendler going back and forth with anybody?
So, well, Solstice of Heroes is on July 30th, and Wendler was saying he thought that there's something else coming in August before September because it's a whole month of not anything planned. But I'm thinking Solstice of Heroes, it just starts on July 30th. It's probably going to go halfway into the month of August, and then there'll be a chill time. Yeah, and then there'll be a chill time and hype building up to whatever is in September. That's how I feel it anyway.
We'll get our cleanup time where, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool when stuff like leads into new content, but like I do almost, this is probably a very unpopular opinion, I do like that like calm before that 1 week of like the calm before the storm of like, it's kind of what I'm doing right now to like what I've been doing this week. Like, so the ultimate goal was to get like a good service revolver because why the fuck not? So me and Spiffy have been going back to all the Nightfalls that have like just cosmetics, like ghosts, ships, sparrows, arms dealer, that sort of thing. And so it's kind of like a grind within a grind. Like there's sub grinds, of things that like we're doing to occupy our time. So this is kind of like that moment of like sit back, save shit up, like get ready for what you're doing next. So it would be kind of crazy if we had like an event leading into whatever we think is coming in September, but like I said, this is kind of overwhelming. So
yeah,
I like the downtime.
Also in chat, KB Ninja and Loki are talking about, y'all think we'll get a Leviathan strike, any new PvP maps? I don't think we'll get any of that stuff. This is still just your normal annual pass content, and annual pass content has tended to focus on just one thing. And so this time I feel like it's going to be the Menagerie, and just kind of like how we had Reckoning, and this time it's just going to be Menagerie instead of or the Black Armory. It's kind of focused around one event and a raid. And so that's what I think. It's just going to be focused around this. Maybe we'll get other small adjustments, which we'll get into a second. There are a few, but other than new Pinnacle stuff, I bet that's all we'll get till September. And like I said earlier, like I think I'm okay with that. If the September drop is worth waiting for, which Bungie has always delivered on their year-long whatever we've waited for to me, and I feel like this will be no different.
For sure.
So next, after the schedule, they talk about how to use the chalice in Menagerie, which we kind of talked about that a little bit. I just want to point out that I love the way the graphic looks and how it's like forging stuff. Like I can't emphasize enough how awesome I think this is. We'll see how quickly I'm over it once I play it, but I feel like I'll really like it because there will be like a sniper that I'll want to try a different perk on, and then I'll have to work to get that perk. And so the grind doesn't end, even though I can get the exact setup that I want. It doesn't mean I won't do it again to try to get a different setup of the same weapon or a different weapon. Like I feel like that it'll be a good grind, is what it feels like. Did y'all have any more thoughts about the Menagerie? I didn't really want to go through. They say, oh, earlier, and I mentioned too, you could get the Imperials, which are what they're calling to be the currency that you use to put in the chalice. You get those through completing weekly bounties, completing certain triumphs, using special consumables. And there will be chalice upgrades that will allow you to earn Imperials through playlist activities. But that's all I got on that. I think it all looks great. I'm really excited to play it and see how much stuff I can get to put in my chalice.
Fill my cup.
Fill my cup.
Fill my cup.
I
can't wait to dive in, start getting some stuff with some good rolls, trying it out, taking into PvP.
Yeah.
And into competitive.
Speaking of competitive, let's talk about those pinnacle weapons, man. The Vanguard one, it's the grenade launcher, which has, we've got a grenade launcher before, but this one has a perk that picking up orbs of light increase the next grenade's blast radius and damage, and you can pick up to like 6 orbs will create these grenades, enhanced grenades up to 6 in your mag. Kind of like how you have a bunch of bullets of ace afterwards. For every orb you pick up, it looks like it gives you another enhanced grenade that does more damage. So you want to pick up like as many orbs as you can. It's not just like a one and done thing. And then they also come with blinding grenades, so it stuns PvE enemies, which sounds really great because this is a pinnacle PvE weapon. You want it to be good in PvE, but it also sounds fun to use for PvP. So
sounds like it's gonna be pretty nasty.
Yeah. It, like when I saw grenade launcher, I was like, but then I read the perks and I was like, this sounds really interesting, actually. Like, I'm excited to try it out. It's actually like very unique.
For sure. And that's the Vanguard one, right?
Yeah, that's the Vanguard one.
That'll probably be the one I'll go for last.
Yeah, same, but it's still, I don't know. I think I'll go for it second.
I'm not, it wasn't a hatement. It was just a statement.
Oh my God.
Well, then we got the Crucible one, which I am so excited about. I know there have been a lot of top tier PvP players that have kind of dissed this thing. The Revoker is what it's called. Because everyone was like, it's ambush, it's not short gaze.
God, ambush was still good, like chill.
I know. Yeah, I know. And then a lot of people are dissing it. They're dissing it for the main perk on it. Missing a shot returns the bullet to the magazine after a short duration. Because some people are saying this rewards bad play rather than rewarding good play, which I understand the argument for, but to me, in the special ammo economy, like, this is great. Like, this makes you take riskier shots and not be afraid, especially in modes where you don't have a ton of ammo all the time, like competitive or rumble. You can run that sniper rifle and use it, not be afraid to use it in riskier situations.
I do. Yeah. Go ahead, Wilson.
No, I was going to say, like, the way they worded it, they're like, you miss every shot that you don't take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I think it's more like to encourage you to go for these like wild shots and like don't be like a laning Larry, you know what I mean? Like actually try to get up there and pull off some maneuvers or try aggressive sniping. And I don't mean like aggressive like you have to go jump up in their face, but like try getting a snipe, taking that position, moving up, and like just good map knowledge, you know what I mean, and predictable player movement and stuff like that. And I feel like that's hopefully what this is designed to do. Obviously with the ambush scope and the design of the weapon, it's definitely pulling on the heartstrings of D1 snipers. It's got a like glass promontory front with like a what the hell was it? Had that honeycomb on the back. What was the name of that one? It was the same. It was the same.
I was thinking Event Horizon was
Horizon. Thank you very much. Yeah, it had like the honeycombs back on the butt of the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
But like it's really cool. I'm definitely going for it. A little bit of a change this season, I believe. Instead of 2100, it's 3500. But
real quick, I just want to say about the gun itself. I do think I'll wait and see on it, but I do think it really rewards like really bad shots. I mean, not even just like not good shots, like really bad, because you have to completely miss. It's not like if you hit a body shot or if you have to miss completely. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'll wait and see. I'm not gonna be all pissy, but I can see how, like, why, if you're a pinnacle player and you're going for a pinnacle weapon, you're getting a gun that rewards you for not playing good. Just seems counterintuitive.
And like I said, I see that point of view, but to me, as somebody who especially like loves running around with double special, and I only have that one bullet, like I'm so scared to use it sometimes.
Right, but I bet you that you'll hit body shots more than you miss completely.
Maybe. I'm also sometimes with that one shot, I'll choose to go for the body over like that if I know it's safer for that situation, and now it just won't matter. And you'll have people running out there doing like trick shots
because it won't be any different than any other sniper if you're going for a body.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go for a body. I would go for a headshot because I'm not trying to just be safe anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not only that, but I could like jump around the corner and try to just like no scope 360 someone, and it doesn't matter if I miss.
That's what I'm excited about. Is that I could try something really stupid and maybe get away with it, or like Hope said, maybe I'll accidentally body shot him and put myself in a really shitty situation, or maybe clean him up.
Listen, who knows? I totally get that side of it, and you're probably right. It'll encourage crazier shots and more aggressive play, but I just don't know if that's the right fit for a gun that is the pinnacle weapon.
I should have put Icarus on that bitch.
That's what I think is where the disconnect is, because you're going to have the best of the best going for it. This is the pinnacle weapon, and when you get this pinnacle weapon, it wants you to miss shots. Like, literally, that's the point of the gun.
Well, this kind of harps back on what I was saying about, like, not having weapons with, like, I mean, I guess this is kind of like a neutral game. Well, not really, but, I mean, this is what happens when you veer away from things like good weapons like Mountaintop, like Lunas, and Not Forgotten, and things like that, as you start coming up with weird, wacky shit like this. But I just want to great. A fucking sniper. I just want to see what an ambush scope looks like in D2.
Well, that's the thing.
That's what I'm really excited about. I'm with you, Hove.
I'm fine with the gun. I just don't think it should be the pinnacle
supremacy.
Reward.
I'm probably still going to end up using my supremacy over it. But now, if they would have gave like fucking surplus on that thing, I think that would have been dope.
Which it might have.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool if they put surplus on it to where if you get a headshot, you get that bullet back. That'd be cool.
It could have other perks that we don't know about too. Like, it could have crazy handling. It could have, hidden hand kind of thing on it. Like, we can already see, like Wilson said, it has the scope, ambush scope that we want on it. And so it's probably going to be a great sniper to begin with. And this was my whole thing, Wilson, going back to what you said and that we talked about last week or the week before about how Not Forgotten, we don't want these perks that just like are crazy. We want like crazy overpowered, but we want perks that are unique for these things to chase after that are unique. And that's what I get from these pinnacle weapons. Like, they all seem like they have a unique thing. Like the Vanguard one is for stunning, like PvP or PvE. The Crucible one is unique because you are able to run these varied crazy loadouts and take riskier
I think you guys are on opposite sides of that though, right? Like,
no, me and Wilson are on the same. Wilson was on the opposite side whenever he was having that conversation about perks and stuff. But I'm just saying right now we feel the same way about this gun.
I like that it's different. I like that it's crazy. I think that's a good way to go about it. But I'm more of the mindset that it should be more like Redrix.
Well,
that it's a decent gun to below average. You have to do something, and then something happens that makes it good.
Then it ramps up.
Like I said, my only problem, the gun could be great. It's just, it doesn't make sense to have a pinnacle weapon that is this grind and for the best players, and the point of using it is to be bad. It just, there's a disconnect there.
You see, and I read the point as to take more risks, not to be bad. Like, there's a different mindset, and I think that Hove, this is where there are things in Destiny where, and we've said this too before, that there are some things for some players and some things that aren't for like other players. Like, there has to be something that both kinds of people like, and so you've got a gun like Not Forgotten that one side of Crucible likes, and you've got a gun like this sniper where people who want to be crazy and take risks like.
And that's great, but you're talking about the same people going for it. the same crowd that it goes for pinnacle weapons.
I know, and I'm a part of that crowd, and I'm telling you that I like this weapon.
I don't think there's gonna be.
It still doesn't, but they don't go together. You can like both things. I like the gun. Yeah, it just shouldn't be the reward for a grind to be the best. Hey, here's the best. Miss some shots. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm telling you, I disagree. As somebody who plays to get these weapons, I disagree that I want a variety type of weapons. I don't just want a gun that only rewards a specific playstyle.
I want it too. That's what. I'm not saying the gun's bad.
Do you guys think they're gonna have another version of it at 55?
No.
No, not this time. Maybe in the future.
I think this would be a good opportunity to kind of like put both of what you guys were saying in perspective. You know what I mean? Like, if you have like one at 5,500 that does kind of have that, like, it's a sniper rifle, but once you start popping off, it ramps up, and then you have something like the one that we're talking about that you get at 3,500 rank, where it's kind of teaching you to snipe. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
It would be, but you guys are probably right. There's probably not going to be one at 55. Yeah, no, I agree. I really do too. I just thought it would be like, if they ever were to bring it back, that would be a good way to handle it. But
I think so too.
I don't know. I hope that there's more to it than just that. It seems exciting. I kind of am interested in the way that they're handling the bounty or the triumph towards obtaining the weapon this time. It's a little bit different. Whereas last season, you had to get to just 2,100, and then depending on what you're going after, you either had to get like hand cannon kills or just straight up wins or grenade launcher kills. We don't know what that's going to entail, but we do know that the mark to hit this season is 3,500, but it's 3,500 worth of competitive points.
It's not your actual rank. It's how many you've
earned. It's not your actual, yes, and you don't degress if you lose. So let's say you go on a winning streak all the way up to 1,100 points. You now have 1,100 out of 3,500 comp points marked off of your triumph towards that quest step. Did I explain that? Oh, kind of clear?
Basically, like, even though the points go up the same amount that your rank does when you win, it's a separate, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's a separate scale.
Yes.
It only goes up.
Yes.
It only goes up. That's the point. And that's so nice for these people who get so, it's so easy to get so
made
down
it
about
10,000 then.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about going down. There's not as much stress on the game. Like, you still want to go up, but you're not going to be pissed at the end of the night when you lost 3 or 4 rounds in a row. You know what I mean? Like, you get so angry that you went down. There's nothing wrong with saying that word.
Say big dick energy.
Baby steps.
In all seriousness, I was kidding. I was kidding when I said 10,000, but the more I think about it, I think it should have been a little higher. I'm not complaining. It's fine. But if it never goes down, I feel like
it's set up so perfectly for there to be one at 5,500.
It is.
Not even 5,500.
Because that's not that hard. If it doesn't go down, it's just a grind.
That's what I'm saying. It's be like, yo, entry level sniper, miss your shots, get your shit back. Keep playing comp and working hard. Maybe like it's kind of like the Luna's Howl quests where you would have to get kills with the sniper in competitive.
Yeah.
So it would be like teaching you. It's set up, and I know, I'm sorry I keep bringing it up. It's not going to happen. We're not advocating that.
It could happen.
I'm just saying it's almost set up in that way that it could.
Wasn't that an old McDonald's advertising thing? It could happen. It was like Michael Jordan like throwing a basketball, and he go,
"Oh, 100%."
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I believe it because it's you saying it, Hove. I don't remember it, but
no, I do. Is that the one where they were like over the
Empire State Building off the bat?
Yeah, off the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, nothing but net. 100%. It could happen.
Isn't that it?
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
I'm pretty sure.
Was it McDonald's?
Wilson.
Sorry.
I just want to say that I think that there's a good chance that could happen. Like, I don't think you're completely off brand like as to what they could do. I know that they didn't do anything for the last 2 seasons of 5,500, but we want a reason to go that high, and that would be a great incentive, and it lines up with the mentality of like, this perk wouldn't matter to you if you weren't good enough to like go and get it, or what you know what I'm trying to say. Like it builds up to it at least. Not that you wouldn't be good enough to use it all the time, just that those people would appreciate it all the time. Whereas it's kind of like the building block version. Like, okay, you miss your shot, no big deal. And then you get the version that you always get your ammo back whenever you hit your shots. Like, I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be a little crazy, though. If you
would it be too crazy, you think, to get your ammo back after
every
a headshot?
shot? So it's just, after a headshot?
If you get a headshot kill.
Have to be a headshot kill,
that was surplus in D1. You would get that bullet back, not to the magazine, to your reserve.
Maybe. Also...
Maybe. I'll allow it.
I think we were half right. I think that was 2 different marketing campaigns. The It Could Happen was just something crazy would happen, and they'd go, "Hey, it could happen," and then the off the backboard.
No, that's some Mandela effect shit. I remember. All right.
Oh yeah. Just to be clear, Shadowhunter said in chat. So now everyone will have not forgotten. No, Wilson, you mentioned it. It'll just be. This is just for this sniper rifle bounty, not for quest. My bad, not bounty.
So Luna, Not Forgotten, Mountaintop, Recluse will all still require you to reach 2100 rank in that season. Yeah. Your rank and your rank points earned are 2 different things.
Yeah.
So your rank will rise and fall just like it has this season.
It's a gross versus net. Look at it that way.
Okay, yeah, that's a smart way of putting it. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a cumulative and
financial way of looking at it.
And then your rank is actually its own thing. Like, just to be clear about that.
Yeah. I think this is awesome.
Financial.
Like, I hope they do more stuff like this. I think this is great.
It's cool. I like the pressure being off because I'm not going for 5,500 again this season.
Yeah.
And
Did you get it? I mean, have you gotten to it before?
He did.
I thought so.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I just need one more season. Next week, I could have Unbroken, y'all.
Hey, you know what's really cool? The time that Wilson approached me and said, "Hey, man, I want to play on an account with about however many points you have. Why don't you let me play and I'll get you Recluse?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, how about tomorrow?" And he said, "Yeah, man, cool." And that was like 4 months ago.
Well, let's do that this season. And you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
No, you'll kill them.
Or why don't we all go for it together as a team?
Yeah, man.
And we'll get it. Hove.
I know Marcus wants to play Tuesday night.
Oh, Marcus, there we go.
He wants to jump right in. Look at that. That's the fucking dream team. Don't you fucking him.
Who?
You look really confused when you said that. You're like, it's believable.
Okay. We got one more pinnacle weapon.
Do we though?
We do, yeah. I don't really, Is it a pinnacle? Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just hating. No.
You said you'd go for it second. Just saying.
I lied. Actually, I'm gonna go for this one last. I totally forgot about the Gambit one.
That's right. So Hush is the pinnacle Gambit bow, which is funny because me and you were all about the bows, Wilson.
We were bow bros.
I know, but this one just doesn't appeal to me very much. Hip firing isn't my thing. I think it's a thing on PC.
I like hip firing. I'm okay with it.
You do? Okay.
It does sound like a spicy bow.
It's the last word of bows. Hip fire precision hits grant massive draw speed bonus for a short duration. They say it's actually massive, like way better than Archer's tempo is what they're saying.
I'm definitely going to try it out. Maybe I will go for that 1 second, to be honest, because it's going to be hard to tear my mountaintop away for another grenade launcher.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. But it looks cool, though. It looks cool, and I do like bows. Maybe we'll fall in love with it. Who knew that what was we're in right now that everybody's one-shotting people on Iron Banner with the
Lemonarch.
Lemonarch. Yeah.
No, I'm just that's what people call it, Lemonarch.
The Lemonarch.
So yeah.
Lemonarch.
Because people are even now, even not in Iron Banner, you just pull that thing back, one headshot, switch to a hand cannon, pop, they're dead. You know, like I see a lot of that gameplay. And so it could be something worth going after. I'm gonna go after all 3. It's just a matter of order, like Wilson was saying.
I'm gonna
collect them all. I'm gonna collect the
set.
I have
all of them.
Hove, what do you have? Do you have Lunas and you don't have Mountaintop? Do you have Recluse? You don't have Recluse. You just said that.
All of them.
No, you don't. You have. I think you have Luna though, right?
I have all of them.
I have all.
Do you have
of
Luna?
Them, except Not Forgotten.
You have mountaintop
and mountaintop.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And mountaintop.
And recluse.
Okay, so you have Lunas and
the oxygen.
Redrix. No, use Redrix.
And the loaded question. And
I don't have any of those.
You don't have loaded question.
Delirium.
You did all those strikes. I thought you did.
What strikes? What's a strike?
You have to do a bunch of strikes.
Do you
with
want me to
fusion
ask
rifles.
you a loaded question?
No.
What do you think
I
about
want
my
to.
big
I want
dick
to talk
energy?
about. No, I want to talk about fusion rifles though, because the next
Ooh,
sentence.
no,
and
in
I
all
got
seriousness,
so hyped.
The name of this episode needs to be Big Dick Energy. Proceed.
Okay. No, I got so
Get
hyped
right
because in the next sentence they say we've been making a few weapons and archetypes, getting some tuning. Contrary to popular meme, we will be buffing fusion rifles this season. And I was like, wait. I was like, are they gonna nerf it? No, they're buffing them.
Just PvE, right?
Just PvE, yeah.
Still, though, that's dope.
Yeah, no, it's awesome because every time I go into PvE and I have my Erentil on, I'm like, oh crap, here we go. I gotta change it to the Jotun because fusion rifles don't really do anything. But now high impact increased by 30%, and then all the others by like 44 and 47%.
He's hyped, dude. Kim's right though, dude. The problem wasn't fusion rifles. They figured it out. They just need to nerf Lego and then just buff fusion rifles.
Listen, the next buff is the one that really matters.
What's the next one? Sturm and Drink. Dude, Hove, I knew you'd be pumped about this. Tell me about it.
Such a fucking hipster, bro.
It's so good.
It's so good. And if everyone else was using it, you'd fucking hate it.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Bet. Watch. Lego. Clip it.
I've liked Sturm and Drang since it came out.
I actually have played
what
a lot
hipster
of
would say.
The max
people are pretty good with it.
The max over, dude. I've had my most success when I played this game. I've had my most success in the Crucible with Sturm and Drang, man.
That's actually a legit
like
statement. I'll back him up. That is
play and
that is a legit statement.
So the Storm and Stress max overcharge is up to 99 from I think 91. One that doesn't matter to me. Sturm overcharge buff text now displays the number of overcharge rounds, which I mean, you knew that the mag was 11. Anything over 11 was an overcharge. So like that doesn't seem. But overcharge damage increased by 100%.
100%
in PvE.
Yeah.
That's still really gnarly, dude.
And they made a good point. Sturm and Drang were weapons that lost their place in PvE once Forsaken hit because you couldn't carry around a special weapon. So Sturm fell to the wayside because Sturm's not great without Drang, without the synergy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they also then say, with these changes, along with a new version of Drang coming out in the Season of Opulence, we hope that it has its time to shine again. And there's a new Opulenced Drang picture.
So what do you think that is? That are they saying like it's getting an upgrade, or there's like a different gun?
I mean, it's still going to be Drang, I guess.
I'm hoping it's a different gun and that you could put a mod in it.
You can put no, you can't. Never mind.
You can't.
I'm hoping that a lot of the like favorites from
that would be nice.
Vanilla, like just a few, are kind of coming forward here and there throughout Opulence. That'd be dope. Not everything, but
hey Lego.
Mm-hmm.
What's the capital of Thailand?
I saw that in chat, and I don't know.
They didn't answer. I figured you would know. You're really smart.
Bangkok.
I'm not smart. I'm not smart like you are. You know all these crazy...
No, I'm not smart. I know useless things, and that's why I talk a lot.
Okay, well, everyone's yelling about swords in chat right now, so I think we got to talk about them because swords have been buffed. Some by a lot, and some are changing, like... I don't use swords enough to really know what this all means, but they're saying that swords are getting adjustments kind of like Sturm was, and that not only are they increasing ammo capacity, but also increasing the cost of heavy attacks to encourage you doing light attacks and stuff, but also how Drang will show up in a new form in Season of Opulence. The lightweight and aggressive swords are getting the same treatment. So there's going to be massive
change. Didn't they say something about lunge?
Yeah. So in aggressive and lightweight frames now, in the like little changes they're making, they say now lunge at target with aerial light attack. Or in the lightweight one, it says
please be closer to fucking D1 with swords, man. Because dude, anytime I use a fucking sword, dude, in like PvP or PvE, it is so ingrained into my mind when I should swing it that I literally like I'm swinging for the fences and like just missing them before. Like, let me lunge with that thing, dude. Let me feel amazing with a sword. Give me less ammo and let me lunge. I'm down.
Hey, Wilson, you want a sword fight?
There's
100%.
more ammo, and you get more ammo when you pick up a brick, and they're like increasing the damage on the lightweight ones by a ton. Like it's like up to 87% ground dash attack increased by 87%. Not like PvE, that's just in general. Not that a sword wouldn't kill anyone, but you couldn't take down supers with a sword, and maybe you'll be able to do that now. I don't know.
You should be able to take down if you hit a super with an R2 swing. I feel like you've earned your fucking kill.
Right? Yeah. Then only like sometimes it would work.
Do you want to know what I want them to do with swords?
What?
I feel like, and this would be a very situational thing, but I think it would be really cool if, like in PvP, if two people with swords both swung at each other at the same time, they would like clang off each other.
It does that.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure because in D1 it did. Yeah. Because I definitely did it a lot in D1, and I'm pretty sure.
No, I knew that. I was testing you.
That's when you follow up. That's when you follow up with an R2.
Yeah. There was like it was like a cadence to it almost.
Yeah, I'm sorry, a heavy attack.
Right. You block.
Raise ladder, you do like that. Sure, you can uppercut with it, man. It's so cool. So like the swords, I noticed that 3 swords that they previewed were the class specific swords. The crown splitter.
Right.
What was the hunter one that's fucking amazing?
Quick Fang.
Quick Fang, thank you. And then the warlock one that nobody really cares about. But
Quick Fang was
Yeah, Quick Fang looks dope, dude. The way you run with it and like hold it back behind you when you run, it's really cool. And plus you get like swords are really cool and really hot right now because it gives you like that little bit of like extra field of view.
Yes.
Which is nice. Just kind of makes things like run a little bit smoother. They're nice for jumping puzzles. I just want to throw that out as well. If you're ever having some troubles with jumping puzzles, pull out a sword. Sometimes it helps to see your character when you're jumping around.
Your feet.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the sword changes. I think it's going to be fun to see how this switches up things, especially with, we're getting some general weapon changes like the Luna and Not Forgotten kind of getting changed and switching archetypes. And there's just a lot of small changes that are going on there. And so I'm excited to see how it all plays out, basically, now. I feel like supers, because they changed, what do you call it? Void Hunters, I'm forgetting the name of everything right now. Spectral, yeah. Like they're not as strong now, and so I feel like I've seen the super change up already. Like it seems more even between all the classes.
They're still really strong. They're just not
strong.
They're just not fucking bullshit.
They're not indestructible. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens with the weapons here. They show off in the TWAB the new raid world first belt that they're going to be handing out to the first team, and also an emblem just like the 24-hour emblem, which I'm actually like considering.
I
like
want the emblem. There's no way in hell I'm going to get through it in the first.
Dude, the emblem is so hot.
Dude, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing that night? Let's go for it. I'm serious.
I mean, I'm down to go for it that night, but like I'm not going to be able to like complete it that night blind. Like we could definitely be like, this is the way you're supposed to do it.
No. We don't even have to go blind, like, because there'll be other teams that will have completed it. We could just play it through blind. We could play it through blind, like kind of the first time through, and then be like, okay, let's look up how to do it, and then be like, okay, let's do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we still won't get through it.
Yeah, it'll be fun though. We should do it.
Listen, you want to do it? Call me when your first person drops out.
Here's the problem that I'm seeing is that I'm not gonna have any time to grind for light by the time I get off work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me neither, really. So it's fine.
What time's it drop?
Saying we should stream it.
What time does the raid drop? 4 hours.
4 PST time, I think. Right?
No, wait. I thought it was 4 hours after. Yeah. So that
2 Pacific then.
2 Pacific. Yeah,
which
that sounds right.
5 here and 4 for you guys.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Which means nobody's going to have beat it by the time we get on.
Well, we'll have to level up a little bit. You have to do the quest before you can even go into the raid. So.
I'm not all about it.
I want that emblem so hard.
Hove, you're going to be left out. That's all I'm saying, because we're going to go for it.
That emblem is hot. Caliente.
You're not going to get it.
You should come play with us. Be a good podcast mate.
I don't like you guys.
Well, that is a problem. Yeah. I can't argue with that one, actually.
That changes things.
The emblem looks awesome, though. Jacket looks really cool, too, actually. The inside of the jacket, specifically, with the chalice, looks awesome.
Dude, Hove would be pimping.
Dude, I know, right? They got some new merchandise, some new shirts. So all that looks cool. They also mentioned some changes to just the game in general. One of them that I thought was super awesome was there's a Reddit post out right now that I saw yesterday because I wanted to go check out what are people thinking about what's going on. And I was looking at Reddit and like the top, maybe like 4th or 5th post up there was Bungie, please let us use the chalice emote to sit forever on the throne of Callus so that at the end of the raid we can sit as long as we want. And lo and behold, there is one of the changes. The luxurious toast emote now allows players to sit as long as they desire. And they did it.
I have one that's going to make Wilson very, very happy.
Oh, what is it?
Let me find it here. I'm pretty sure it was you, Wilson. I've heard like freak out about this. Shit. Now I can't find it. Oh,
son of a bitch.
Fixed an issue where the action for applying shaders, ornaments, holograms, or using consumables was getting canceled and not applying on the first attempt.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such a big change. I should have mentioned that one first, dude. That is like the number one Destiny meme right now is like a plot to apply that thing again and it just not working.
Sometimes I got a lot of shit going on more than just the game that I'm playing at the time, so it sucks when I'm like trying to do something in between like reckoning or like new piece of armor to throw like a shader on it and I want to be scoping out like the enemy team and like kind of what they're rocking, but I'm stuck
just applying that thing.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I'm down.
Was that you the one time like freaked out about it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure all of us have freaked out about it.
It was like reckoning or a shader. Those are the two that happens the most with me.
Shaders going every time. Ever.
Yeah.
Or into whenever it was the event going on where you had the infinite grenades and you're like going into a comp match and you're trying to apply it as you're flying in. You're like, come on, please, I need to throw grenades.
Yeah, please, I need to be toxic.
I need to be a scumbag.
Exactly.
Did that ever happen?
That helped me
for you, Lego. Did it ever like when you were clicking the DDoS button? Did it not take? Ever? Like similar.
It never took because it never happened. Hove.
He said the word. He said the word.
It's awful. So I had a flashback to that the other night because I played with the guy who it happened to. Like we got DDoS and we were helping somebody else with comp, and he was like, "Dude, I think the last time we played was when we got DDoS." And I was like, "There's probably good reason for that because we just got so frustrated that we didn't want to go back into comp after being hit offline for an entire night, our entire internet." So yeah, awful memories. But there is one last thing in this TWAB that I want to hit real quick, and that is Hot Pursuit. The Pursuits tab. There's a Pursuits tab now. Instead of just map destinations roster, there's a Pursuits tab there to the left of the map, which used to be in your inventory. Like where you find shaders and stuff, there was a tab for pursuits, and now it is laid out very nicely next to your map and isn't so cluttered.
I hated it was above my inventory.
Me too.
Hated it.
I hated it. Yeah,
I still to this day hit start and go and waffle between the two and go,
which one is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so dumb. So much time of my life that I'll never get back wasted.
Just like you're hitting that apply shader button and it just won't go through.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
For neither one of them.
For neither one. I know these are some good quality of life stuff right here.
It sounds like something so small and stupid, but it's really irritating.
Yes, agreed.
I'm all about that.
I guess, they talk about what's coming in next. We already talked about all that for 6. Very hyped. They put some awesome concept art that has the AS Luna looking gun with the chalice next to it, and that looks incredible. But that's about it. Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to go over? I talked about my 0-hour adventure and my Suros catalyst already. Those are the big things for me this week. Did y'all have anything else?
No, I talked about my catalyst cleanup collection. But I bet Hove has some Twitter questions.
Yeah. Before we get to Twitter questions real quick, I wanted to, or community questions if y'all have any. I wanted to shout out Blue microphones and headphones for these awesome, amazing products that we have and get to use every week. I was just thinking today, actually, again, about how much I love my Blue microphone mount and microphone. I use this stuff all the time. The only thing that I'm so frustrated with right now has nothing to do with Blue, but has to do with PlayStation. When you like leave a USB mic plugged in, it will not just automatically go to it. And I can't tell you how annoying it is when I'm playing with Hove and Dewey and Wilson. Everybody knows when I get into a chat, I'm like, hold on. Like, they're like, well, Lego is, you know, messing with his mic and trying to get PlayStation to go to the right input. It's so frustrating. So, but the mic itself, Blue, all theirs on everything on their end is awesome. I love these products. If you want to learn more about Blue microphones and headphones, you like the way we sound tonight, you can go to bluemic.com, use code REZOcast, get your own 20% off.
Yeah. We do actually have a couple quick Twitter questions. Murphy on mute asks, wonder if there's going to be any new Crucible maps this season. Do you guys think they will add any?
Nope.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Be cool if we got like one.
Yeah,
like when Iron Banner came around.
That'd be cool. But do you think they are?
You know, like in Halo, whenever we had there was like different map sizes. Like you had like the for 8v8, but you had maps specifically that were more like 1v1. Yeah. I was in the 0 hour mission, the room where you put in all the codes. I was like, this would be a great 1v1 map. Just this room, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I would love something like that. Just room that you could 1v1 people.
You want to come 1v1 me in my room, like it? Next question.
That's for the honeymoon.
If it's on Destiny in any form, Hove, I will get you on whatever it takes.
To answer the question, I'm gonna just try to be an optimist for once and just say yes, we will get one map come Iron Banner.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, well, you're dumb. I tried to wait until you drank the water and it worked.
Also true. Continue.
Bagu asked, do you guys always have to wear matching socks? I mean, like, if it came down to it, like, I don't ever think about it, but I
thought he meant us, like, as a crew, like, somehow he knew.
That would be a hard yes. Yeah. I would be shaking my head yes, not no to that. Because I would totally match socks one night. Do it. We could have sock cam.
Oh my god.
This is getting. We're gonna appeal to someone out there, and I don't like it.
I do. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a like, oh man, I don't have matching socks. Like, there's always two socks that are the same, so I just put them on.
If I'm wearing dress socks for whatever occasion that I actually get dressed up for, because most of the people that know me just kind of take me for who I am. Like, I'll be the guy that shows up to something fancy in like a pair like baggy shorts. And
here's the question though, and I feel like you know the answer to this. What is noteworthy about your socks, Wilson?
That they're white as fuck.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. I
have super white socks on right now too.
I got complimented on how white my socks were in Florida, and I was like, my wife bleaches them.
Yeah.
What?
We were at the bar for the.
She was hitting on me through my socks, dog.
Oh gosh.
Kidding, actually.
No.
But she was hitting on Hove, to be honest.
That's not true. That doesn't.
That's
happen.
what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
She wanted to go to the club with you after.
That's what I asked Hove. I asked Hove where he met his future wife, and he said, and he was like, I don't know. And I said, in the club. And he said, yeah.
No, I didn't. That's not true. You just made that up. Anyway, so these girls were randomly like, we were telling them, it was me, Claw, mostly talking to them like, you know, hey, you know, we're here for Guardian Con, blah, blah, blah. We just were bullshitting. Like, nothing came of it.
No,
but,
they just happened to be like, look around and be like, what's going on?
What's up with that guy? Like, why are his socks so white? And we were like, I don't know, Wilson, come here. Why are his socks so white?
I was instantly like, my wife bleaches them. My wife.
Yeah, Wilson got like defensive because they wanted to know why his socks were white. Like, no, I have a, I have a wife.
Hold on,
all right?
My wife.
Like, whoa there, lady. I'm
Eyes
sure you're
up
a
here,
nice
ma'am.
girl, but you're up here. Okay, you're moving kind of fast. All right. It was like, take it easy, bro.
Oh man. What was the other question?
The other question.
What was the original question?
Do you always wear matching socks?
Oh.
No, 100%. I reach in the morning and it's like a mystery grab bag. However, like I said, if I'm going to an occasion where my socks need to be black, yes, I will 100% match my socks because that would look pretty goofy.
But what if they were two different black socks? Would you be okay with that?
100%.
So then the answer is still no.
Well, do I match colors? Yes.
No, do I match
pairs? Do I match like actual pairs, like the pair that it came with? Do I keep track of it? Fuck no. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. I don't even do my own laundry. I'm not gonna complain that all my socks are in the same bin. Fuck that.
I will usually match socks unless there are quite a few that have gotten holes in them, and I'm like, well, I'll just mix match these from now on, and they're all gray and they're all whatever. I don't care.
Sam has tons of crazy different colored socks and never matches them.
Speaking of questions, though,
you got a loaded question?
We do have one spot left in the old house there, Wilson.
Wink, double wink on both sides.
That
of
wink!
eyes.
How dare you come on to me in front of the man you're gonna marry soon? That's just distasteful, man.
I'm just saying, we
at least wait till like 6 months after getting married for that.
We still hadn't gotten a final yes or no. I just wanted you to know I have saved one bed in the house for you to come to Guardian Con.
Better be your bed if that's the case.
I mean, technically 2 beds then. So yeah.
Technically 2 beds.
But no, speaking of, just since we are not going to talk about it a long time, but we do have Guardian Con coming up in just over a month. Just, talking as a podcast. Lego's looking at me like, yeah, okay, never mind.
Well, no. I'm thinking about it because I thought about this today. Whenever they announced all the talk of new Destiny coming forward, and they're gonna have a presence at Guardian Con, like I wonder if they will make any announcements there. And I'm glad
they won't make an announcement, but I bet you they show stuff off.
They'll show the same way that they let people play Gambit last year, right? That was what happened.
Wait, what?
Like maybe there'll be playable stuff. Maybe
they
you'll
had a
see
Gambit
something.
tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So
trials will be
playable. Also, don't forget,
Con.
Gearbox also has an official presence with Borderlands 3 this year.
Also, something we never talked about was there was a Crucible tournament put on in the UK by Get Wrecked. That was amazing to watch. First of all, I don't know if y'all got to tune in to Fallout and by talking on there. You should go watch the recaps of some of those games. The game that I saw that I happened to tune in for live was 2 of the Last Rites teams, because Polar Bear was on one and Binge was on the other, and it was so fun to watch that round. It was so fun, and it was like, I don't like playing, like I don't think about hopping onto Destiny and going to play Gambit, but watching it to me with really good teams is really fun. Like I think it is people bash Destiny or Bungie for partnering with Get Wrecked to put on an event that wasn't PvP, which is dumb, first of all. But
for the record, Get Wrecked is fucking dope, and all their events are really good, and they do awesome shit.
Exactly, and it was amazing to watch, and it was amazing to have Fallout and Bife, narrate every shoutcast it all. That was great. They knew what they were talking about. The matches were intense. I didn't know who was gonna win. All the invades were like super stressful, like to watch because you could
sweaty.
Well, here's something that was cool about it. We haven't really talked about the watchability of Gambit, but whenever someone would invade, all the focus was on that one person, and you knew whose screen to watch. And it made it really exciting. Whereas a normal PvP match, anything could happen with anyone at any second. You could kind of guess, but invading, you knew the spotlight was on that person at that moment.
Spectator mode would be so dope.
Spectator mode. If you could
just be a little ghost floating up above from like an isometric top-down view.
It's a big word.
Yeah,
I know, my brain hurts.
I'm really proud of you. You always downplay.
I need to refuel after that one for sure.
Wilson, I think what would be even more helpful if I were to see a tournament like that again, the one thing that was confusing is when they would switch back and forth between the teams, there wasn't like a clear like red team, blue team. Like I didn't know who I was watching, and unless I read the tiny little text like that team, I was like, okay, that's the team, So I would like to see next time, if Bungie did incorporate a spectator mode, it at least the main thing be this is one team, this is team 2, and
player
be
names
very
could be
clear.
highlighted in different colors.
Yeah,
hey, it's still a big step up from the one they did at GuardianCon, because there they didn't even use their own accounts, so you had no damn idea who was who.
Well, you know what was the difference was Get Wrecked, like in how far they've come and them putting that event on. Like you could tell they put a lot of work.
Well, I'm saying that was Bungie that did the one at GuardianCon.
Like
it wasn't like
which
Get
is
Wrecked.
Impressive.
Yeah,
that Get Wrecked is the one that put this one on, and it looked better. Like it looked like
100%. That's what I'm saying. They know how to put on a fucking event, man. They really
which is why I'm glad Bungie like partnered with them to do that. And had
they're really good people too. Like,
it's awesome.
It's exciting.
Very cool community event. Like I'd encourage everyone. Chance Fallout has uploaded some videos of some of the games, like with the narration of their like pre-game talk, and it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
But yeah, what I was just kind of the same thing, just talking about. We got GuardianCon just over a month away. For anyone who doesn't know or is deciding, gonna be awesome. Gearbox is going to be there official capacity with Borderlands 3. Bungie's going to be there in official capacity again. Warframe's going to be there in an official capacity.
Hove's going to be there in official capacity.
Yes. REZOcast is going to be there in official capacity.
Me and Mana and Wilson?
Mana. Probably just you and Mana.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to go cry.
Listen, Mana is going to keep you occupied. Don't you worry.
Listen to me. Mana is no Wilson, and he never will be.
Dude,
don't tell him that.
We had some good times. It was a good time.
Oh, by the way, everyone gives me shit about Wednesday nights. They tried to get me to go drunk bowling with them last night, and I was the responsible one who said it's Wednesday night.
Wow.
I was the responsible one and said I'm already shit-faced wasted. I can't go out
at all. I was playing Overwatch with Sam, Marcus, and Dewey, actually.
And then we won
and then Apex,
2 Apex games back to back. That's right.
And
the second game, we only did less than 100 damage each.
No, one of us did. I did 40, Dewey did 93, and you did like 114.
Thank you, Ho, for acknowledging my accomplishment of over 100 damage and still winning.
Yeah, and we won that game. It was stupid. And it wasn't, trust me, we weren't let's camp. We just never found anybody.
We just never, and we dropped hot too, like right at the beginning. I'm pretty sure that was the game. I don't know.
No, it wasn't, because the only 2 kills we had were the last team.
All right. Well, anybody have anything else?
Yeah.
We do? What is it?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We really enjoyed this episode. I really did. Anyway, there's so much to look to right now. This has been Lego, aka Legoli Flash. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Lego LE Flash. Hove, where can they find you?
Mostly Twitter, which, by the way, the only thing that I did forget to mention is I did another poll this past week.
Oh.
That was out of these 4, because, if you do a poll on Twitter and you can only have 4 options, people still decide they're going to give you an answer that isn't one of the options. What is the best potato chip? All dressed, kettle cooked jalapeno, barbecue, or baked sour cream and onion? What do you think the winner was? It was very, very close, 32-31.
It should have been jalapeno kettle chips, but was it?
Baked sour cream and onion, 32%. Kettle cooked jalapeno, 31%. Barbecue, 27%, and all dressed, 9%.
So hear me out, boys.
Yeah, me too.
There's this local place called Kettle Cooked or Kitchen Cooked, and they have the most phenomenal chips. You may have seen them. It's like the white bag with the red stripes on it. They're literally, it's made in this podunk little town, like a half hour from me, and I will get you guys some and send you guys some, because
I will eat that on the podcast.
They're phenomenal. Hold me to that. I will get those for you. And
what kind? Out. Like, what are they? Just plain chips?
Yeah, they're like. Well, they have jalapeno ones. They have like regular ones. They have all these different ones, and they're fucking fire.
So I'm a little biased in my opinion with the jalapeno ones, because not only I just love spicy things, but also
that's why he likes me.
Yeah, actually. But also, like, whenever you're on a long drive, and you need to stay awake, I found the best thing is jalapeno chips, like kettle chips.
I can't. I would want to kill everybody if I was eating while driving, because then you're I won't eat. I don't eat like chips and snacks while I'm gaming. Driving.
You're missing out on one of the greatest joys.
You're missing out on having a clean steering wheel. Like,
what? You told me to be dangerous. To take
give a fuck about my steering wheel being
while you're driving.
Clean,
Get out of here.
I'm the only one that touches that steering wheel.
Gross.
Well, maybe Sam, but like, dude, I'm the type of person that like if I go through the drive-through, that food doesn't even make it home.
But see here, that doesn't. I'll eat like a sandwich because the bun isn't greasy.
Traveling.
But if it's greasy, then your hands are all greasy and you get the steering wheel greasy.
Fuck, dude. I'm not a NASCAR driver.
You guys
I'm not taking a
you guys
fucking
are
hot 90-degree turn.
You guys are a bunch of heathens. All right?
Sometimes I'm just fucking really hungry, man.
Well, it's because you're high all the time. Lego, don't agree with him.
No, I will agree with him. This is the hill I will die on.
I'm Hove, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch, Hove76 at both, 9 p.m. every Thursday evening. We do this podcast live. Stop by, say hello. Yeah, you can find me with the cleanest steering wheel in all of Rezoland. And some big dick energy.
You could find me in my car eating all the food with apparently a filthy steering wheel, and I'm the epitome of a bad person.
This is my next poll.
You could tweet, yes,
please.
Tweet me at Ryu Wilson. That's RYU Wilson. Let this dude know that it is totally normal to eat in the fucking car.
I'm not saying it's abnormal.
Nope. That's your hill that you're gonna die on.
I never said it was abnormal. You can't put words in my mouth.
Nope.
I said it makes your
Nope.
You probably eat in bed too, don't you?
No.
Oh no, that's off limits. We don't do that.
Only because we don't have a TV in our bedroom. If we had a TV in our bedroom,
it would get more dangerous for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Lego living dangerous. If I had a TV in my bedroom, I would eat in my bed.
That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous territory.
I'm thinking ice cream, some potato chips. Like we live in boys.
No, ice cream would be fine unless you're messy. It's just chips and stuff because they crumble and.
See, Gorniak eats in bed.
Yeah.
Ask his wife.
If you want to let us know if you eat in bed, or if you're okay with touching the steering wheel after grabbing that handful
or
of potatoes,
your controller,
you can tweet us at REZOcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can even tweet at Team REZOcast.
No,
Team
you
REZOcast.
can't.
Team Resolute. You can't do that. At Team Resolute, and let them know what you think about potato chips and driving. Just because, we'll see what they say.
I might do the poll from the REZOcast account now.
Do it. And at
Team Resolute.
I want to know what the rest of the clan thinks about
now
this.
I know that if I ever come to either of your houses, I'm bringing my own damn PlayStation controller because yours will be filthy.
Dude, they are. Yeah.
First thing you're going to do if you ever come over and you get in the car, I'm going to lean back. I'm going to go, do it. Touch it. Touch the steering wheel. That's what I'm going to do.
I thought you were going to just... I thought you said you were going to lean back and just like pull out a potato chip and like look at me while you ate it. And then rub your hand all over the steering wheel.
Actually, I might greet you with a bag of potato chips.
Oh god!
Hey, I greeted you. I greeted you with a big sign that said "Welcome, Sweet Dick Willie."
You did.
That's pretty good.
And then the first left-hand turn
you came in with that.
I'm gonna say, better grab the wheel.
Lego said "Big Dick Energy." Lego said "Big Dick Energy."
Did you? Missed it. It was just perfect. You coming in?
We can go.
I know.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Big Dick Energy Cast.
Until next time, y'all. GG.